Last time on Transformers.
Hey, check out my new ride.
Whoa, that's the sweet Volkswagen.
You think that's cool? Check this out.
Holy shit. It's a giant robot.
I know, sweet, huh?
Hey, robot. Hey, do a flip.
No, wait, he could do this. Robot, destroy something annoying.
Ah, damn it, dude, my fucking arm.
Gotcha. Take that, you ginger fat fuck.
Armageddon is almost upon us.
I got news for you. It's already here.
Hello, travelers. You're about to enter into a multiverse all about TV shows and movies. Welcome yourself into the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast. It's where our panelists talk about all the news stories, deep dive discussions on topics, and enjoy some nostalgic entertainment as well. Now, here are your hosts, Mitch Workman and Ricky Palmer. God damn it, my arm, man. Jesus.
Sorry.
God. All right, that's it. No more making fun of Ricky, I guess, for a while. Jesus.
Gotcha.
Hey, everybody, we're back. Yeah, you got me. Hey, we're back, everybody. I just got to work out this kink in my arm. Well, we're back for another fun episode of Into the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast. Myself, Mitch Workman, along with our good friend Ricky Palmer here. We rolled in this time on something pretty cool this time, didn't we? We rolled in on good old Optimus Prime.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Optimus. Of course, celebrating the Transformers movie coming out this past weekend. We'll have a review of that later. Kind of excited. I think it looks kind of okay. I think the one thing is you don't have Michael Bay. So, right there, that's a plus.
I know, I'm going to add an extra star. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you'll get 1 star right now to start with. And of course, it's gonna be Father's Day coming up here. So hey, tell your dad, happy Father's Day. Spend some time with him. Give him a call. I don't know. Take him out to dinner. Don't grill on his grill. That's like I've learned that's kind of like a bad omen. Don't grill on another man's grill.
I did not know that.
Ricky, I guess so. Ricky, we love our dads,
Yeah.
Happy
Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, what's a good movie you could think of in the past that kind of reminds you of your dad?
I would have to say it actually is a trilogy, the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, because in that movie, Stoic is a rugged father that's like, he wants the best for his family, and he doesn't like the dragons, and to him, he thinks that they're evil, but his son, loves the dragons, and he tries his best to get his dad to see things his way. And, sometimes that's how life is for me, I'm not that confrontational, but I do try to put different points of view sometimes with my dad, and I'm like, maybe that's why people are doing this, maybe that's why they're doing that, because I try to see everybody's thing. But the one thing that I will it's a tad bit of a spoiler, and I know I mentioned this on the other podcast, is that his dad's death, and I think the second one or the third one, that hit me hard, because he was just trying to save the kingdom and all that stuff, and his dad passed away. That was hard. That one I almost teared up on. So, but what about you, Mitch? What's one that, you might like, or what did you think of How to Train Your Dragon, type?
I do love the How to Train Your Dragon series. I think they're pretty fun. One thing to look out, they're doing a live action one coming out in a couple of years. They just announced a couple people they cast.
Nice.
So, yeah. So be on the lookout for that. I'm kind of excited to see how that happens. I think, and I think you gotta thank Gerard Butler for playing Stoic. I think he was a perfect person to voice Stoic.
Mhm.
I think the one thing I always think about with Stoic is in the second one when he sees his wife's alive, and she's all like, "Look, now I know what you're gonna say." Like she's expecting a full argument, and he just has this look on him, like he's gonna scream or be mad, and then he grabs her and just like, "You're as beautiful as the day I lost you." Just so beautiful. When I think of like a movie that makes me think of my dad, it's one I've had experience with my dad. It was the first Avengers movie, and I think we can guess what the part was that I laughed with my dad. If we all remember the part where Mark Ruffalo's character Bruce Banner shows up, and like the whole T'Challa or the whole army's coming in, destroying New York, and he shows up on a moped, and he looks at Cap. It's like, "Hey Cap, hey Dr. Banner, don't you think you should be angry? That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry." And then when he did that transform and punched him, and I hear this in the crowd. This is what I hear from my dad in the crowd. "Oh shit!"
That does sound like your dad, yeah.
And it's just ever since then, it's just every time I watch that movie, that scene, I just hear my dad's voice in my head, just that, "Oh shit!"
I forgot that line. I mean, there's so many great lines in those movies. I did forget that one.
Oh man, it's just I just love that's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry. Just the transform and just punches and stops the alien. Just hear my dad. It was just that's what I think of every time I watch that movie. Just think of my dad with that part. Not because that's a great line. I always love that line of "That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry." Just hearing my father, "Oh shit!"
God, how far away was he right next to you when he did it, or was he a couple rows back?
I think, if I remember, we had my wife was next to me, and I think our son and my nephew. And then it was my dad and my mom and my dad. So my dad was at the other far end, and I heard that. So that's a good distance of people to hear that out loud at that point in that movie. So it's not like "oh shit." It's like "oh shit."
So your dad was like a kid in a candy store type moment.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like, I think, and if you remember when we saw the early screening of the first Avengers,
that was
how that crowd was.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was like that was like just watching it for my dad, just hearing him. Like I'm watching the screen and I hear that down the way, and I hear it's him. I just laughed.
Yeah.
Oh man, what are your guys' favorite movies that make you think of your good old dad? Hopefully, some good ones. Speaking of taking dad somewhere, how about this? Yes, Geeks of Utah rejoice. It's the 10th annual Fan X Comic and Pop Culture Convention coming to the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City, Utah, September 21st through the 23rd. Come see the stars of TVs and films like the cast of Star Trek Next Generation, Back to the Future, Scream, Smallville, Charmed, Clone Wars, and just announced, what's his name? The guy who played Flash in the TV series.
Grant Gustafson.
He's going to be there. So, he's done playing Flash. So come see him one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
He's going to be there too. Yep, one more time. I think, and let's just say it's good for the fans. But yeah, come see him. Come meet authors and artists. Check out the panelists that can fit your geeky needs. Check out the merch booths for local and national merchants to fill your geek shrine at home. I think the one thing I love too at the FanX experience, Ricky, and we have to kind of agree with, is just seeing like all the different panels that they have. Like, I mean, I feel like there was like one year there was like a panel for anything you liked. Like if you like Star Wars, there was a Star Wars panel. If you like Star Trek, there was a Star Trek panel. I think the one panels we agreed would be kind of fun are ones that are like knowledgeable ones, like something like, I know like they had like one that was like a Disneyland one, right?
Yeah, there was that one that was the Disneyland one. And then the one that, the one that I like, and this is a shout out to our friend Luke, is when we went to the one with the guys from Animaniacs. That was a fun panel.
Oh, the Twisted Tunes.
Yes,
They're going to be there
Twisted Tunes.
this year. They always... Yes, I always love listening to Twisted Tunes because it's the guys from Animaniacs, Jess Harnell, Rob Paulson, Tress McNeil. They will be there, and there's other famous voice actors. They usually come on stage there too if they're at the convention. Those are always fun. I think was there one year they had didn't they have Biff himself come on the stage?
Oh yeah. And didn't they have like a reading of Harry Potter as like Animaniacs or something?
Yeah, like they take some script of a show or a movie and just have them do like voice, and they do like characters that they've done from like cartoon shows. Like you've got Wacko Yakko or Dot, or you've got Skinner's mom's doing the voice, or Mom from Futurama. Just all the different voices.
The lady that does Tommy Pickles, E.G. Bailey.
Yes, she was there.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Definitely check out the Twisted Tunes. They're going to be there this year again. They've got all of them there. No word yet on what they're going to do, but they always pick like a famous movie and just redo some of the scenes, and they do it in the character voices that they do on like cartoons and movies. So definitely check it out. It's worth that. It's worth the price for the admission to watch that. If you want to learn that and much more, go to fanxsaltlake.com. That's fanxsaltlake.com for tickets and information. Oh man, Twisted Tunes. I love the Twisted Tunes. They always have fun ones. I think I was there one year where they had Nolan North, who now if you don't know him, I love Nolan North, but he's always played the cartoon voice of Deadpool in the cartoons. He's also done the voice of Nathan Drake from the Uncharted games. And I think you saw the Uncharted movie, right?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was okay.
Yeah. Remember the guy that was sitting on the beach? It's like, what happened to you guys? And a fella got hit by a car and hit out a plane. That's happened to me a couple times. That's the same guy. That's the same voice actor from the video games.
Okay.
So
that's funny.
I love Nolan North. He's funny. He's a great guy. But no, I think we should get going, shall we? Shall we enjoy this fatherly time of episode?
Yes, let's go.
Like we said, it's Father's Day coming up, and dads just don't want just another ceramic mug or a tie, but they would love to spend some good quality times with their kids, or just some goddamn peace and quiet to leave them alone.
Yeah.
The best thing about this whole time is all the quality times with the kids. Dad, fuck off!
Oh God! Oh, that'd be awesome.
We decided to put a list of favorite TV. I got you broken now, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
He's broken. We thought it'd be a good time to celebrate. What are some of our favorite TV or movie dads? There's a good set out there, right, Ricky?
Oh yeah, this one was hard for me because there is a lot.
And I think we came up with a good selection. We've got about about three each. Then we got a couple honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll go first if that's okay.
Nope, that's fine.
First one I've got on my list that I think is a great dad is Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The reason why I say he's a good dad is, he's a judge and he wants to make sure that everything's set in order with his family. But when you have a kid like nephew like Will come in and disrupt everything, it does get annoying after a while. But he does love his children. He does love his nephew. And I think the one episode we can all think of is the episode where Will's dad shows up. And, he's like, cool, we're going to get back to my dad. We're going to hang out and all that. And his dad leaves him. And, Will's giving like this great speech about like, why, what is it about me that he doesn't like? Why does he hate me? And Uncle Phil just grabs him and hugs him. Just, it just shows how much he loves his nephew as much as he loves his children. Just a great dad. What's one you got on your list, Ricky?
Yeah, so my first one is a little bit of an old school dad, Ward Cleaver from the Leave It to Beaver series. Now I know a lot
Go ahead. Don't you think you're being a little bit hard on the beaver?
That's not why I picked that guy, but For a lot of you fans out there, you might not know who he is because Leave It to Beaver's been off the air for years. But he's your typical 1950s dad. You know, works a 9 to 5. But the thing I like about him is that he, no matter what sticky situation Beaver got in, and his brother Wally, he always had a loving message at the end. And there's one episode where like Beaver did something really bad, and he didn't want to go to Ward because he's like, "You're gonna yell at me. You're gonna yell at me," and he Ward says, "You know, this time I'm not, because you know sometimes I forget what it's like to be a kid." And I think as parents, I think as parents, sometimes you do forget. Like sometimes kids do stupid ass things, and you get mad at them, and you do forget that you're what it's like to be a kid, you know. And so that's what I liked about Ward Cleaver is he always, even though the Beaver was a mess up, he always found a way to, you know, give him a nice, you know, pat on the back.
Definitely, I think that's a good choice. Another one I would put on my list for dads I liked. He may be wacky. He may be, you know, always injuring himself and creating a mess and all that. But I really think a good dad, not just from the cartoons or the TV show, but also from the movie, Goofy, from a Goofy movie.
Oh yeah.
You know, here's a guy that, you know, he's a single dad. So first off, I would just tell people, if you think you can't find that special someone, even Goofy hooked up with someone. So just want to put that out there for people.
Oh, thanks. Oh God, thanks. Like I don't have it hard enough, Mitch.
You still have a chance, Ricky. But no, Goofy is, you know, he's a great dad. He loves his son Max. He does anything he can. Yeah, he may embarrass his son and, you know, make him feel awkward, but he loves his son. And the whole thing about like how he, you know, in the movie, Max lies to this girl that he's going to go to the Powerline concert and he's going to be dancing on stage, you know, just try to get the girl's attention. What makes it fun is Goofy doesn't know anything about this, and he just wants to have a good old-fashioned camping trip with his son, just to make sure that he goes the right straight path and just have a little father-son time. And wackiness ensues, and it's just a really good movie. Definitely check out Goofy movie. But yeah, Goofy's a really good dad, I think. He cares for his son. He loves his son so much, and his son's being a dick sometimes.
Well, speaking of wacky sons, damn it, Bubba. My next pick is Hank Hill from King of the Hill. The reasons I like him is I think I have a lot in common with him. He's a straightforward, hardworking dad. Like I take shit from people, but Hank doesn't. He don't take shit from no one, and he'll kick your ass and he'll tell you about it. And that old. And another reason why I like him is like Bobby they're total opposites. Bobby's like this comedian, likes, you know, Iron Chef and all this other stuff. And Hank Hill's your typical Texan dad. You know, he loves his beer, his truck, and his football. But somehow he always, and his propane and propane accessories. And the thing I do like about him is he does like, he says that boy ain't right, but he still loves Bobby. He still finds ways. And a classic episode is actually the last episode when they finally have one thing in common. Bobby, it wasn't supposed to be the last episode, but they kind of just ended it abruptly. Bobby gets picked for this steak, what is it, with his school, and it was a college class that you could pick out the right steak, and they both they both ended up having a love for grilling and stuff like that. So they finally at the very last episode they finally got together. But no, Hank is a good dad. He tries his best, and he tries to keep Bobby on the straight and narrow, you know. And the good news about King of the Hill, and I think we mentioned this, they're making another one for Hulu. They're bringing it back.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out later this year. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's supposed to have a time jump, as Steven said. There's a time jump that takes place years after the series finale, where Bobby is a little bit older. So maybe like either I could see like a young adult or in his mid-20s. So I'd be excited to see. Oh, that's a good choice. I like that one. Another choice I have, one of my final ones. I would say for a guy that him and his wife received a immaculate child that came out of nowhere and raised him to understand to being a human being, right, is good old Jonathan Kent from the Superman films. I think not just that, but the comics and the TV shows, but Jonathan Kent was really a good person to raise Clark or Kal-El, to show him like the human ways in life. Like, you know, some things you just have to take a beating, but sometimes it's better just to walk away. It's better to be the better person. And he also, like, especially with Man of Steel, he didn't want his son to expose his powers because, you know, who knows how the world would react to it. Some people may think of you as like a messiah, a god, you know, and some people may think of you as a threat or someone that's going to conquer our world and destroy it. In a way, he really tried to teach him life lessons as a human. And I think that's why I like Jonathan Kent.
Yeah, that is a good choice. And that's got to be a hard job, like knowing your son is Superman and like to keep him on the straight and narrow. You know, a good choice, Mitch. I like that one. So for my last one, this one's going to be kind of gut wrenching. Have you seen John Q, Mitch?
I think isn't that the one with Denzel where he's trying to like his son needs surgery, but they don't have the insurance for it?
Yep, that's who I picked is John Quincy, played by Denzel Washington. A really good movie. And the reason why I picked him as a good dad is he was literally going to sacrifice his life. He was willing to kill himself to save his son because his son needed a heart. And that takes some balls as a dad, because that's a lot for you to like sacrifice your life to save your son. And it's a great movie if you haven't seen it, folks. It's heart-wrenching, it's gut-wrenching, because I know that there's a hidden message there about the insurance companies and all that stuff. But if you get down to the bones and the meat of it, is like, what would you do as a father? Like, what would you give up or what would you sacrifice to keep your son alive? And that's why I chose him.
Nice. Definitely have to check. Yeah, that's one worth checking out, because they had an all-star cast, not just him, but Robert Duvall, James Woods, and Hayes, Shady Griffin. I think it also had like Ray Liotta in it as well. So
yeah,
definitely worth it. I got a couple honorable mentions, if that's okay. I think you do too. But let's go through our honorable mentions. So ones I've got for honorable mentions, I would say are Arthur Weasley from Harry Potter. Great dad, great, you know, and I put Molly Weasley as my movie or TV mom. So, but Arthur Weasley's great. I would say Danny Tanner from Full House. That's another good one to go with. He's the guy that loved his daughters.
Single dad, on paper, yes, another single dad
taking care of 3 girls. Oof. But luckily he had the help of Joey and Jesse to help out. So and the other one, Carl Winslow from Family Matters. You know, a guy that he hated his neighbor Urkel because Urkel was trying to hook up with his daughter, but in the end he still loved his family. He still liked Urkel, even though Urkel was a dick sometimes. But
yeah, I was gonna say that kid killed that series. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too, it's like with Carl Winslow, like there were some episodes where his kids got into trouble and he was there to help him out.
Oh,
and it was
the best. Okay, so the best episode that you need to check out is there was a gang that destroyed Rachel's place, right? And Carl at first Carl was just as a cop. He went in there and he was gonna just arrest them, but then they attacked Eddie. They beat the shit out of Eddie, and then he took it personal, and he was gonna go attack the kids, but Urkel kind of calmed him down. But talk about another one where a father, what would you do as a father if a gang beat the shit out of your son? Like I would have. I know was TGIF, so I knew Carl wasn't going to beat him up. But I would have, like, if Carl would have went in there and beat him up, I would have been all for it.
Yep. What are some of your honorable mentions you got there, Ricky?
Yeah, I got a couple here. Mufasa from the Lion King series, both the live action and the cartoon. Just a great dad to Simba. And played by the great James Earl Jones, Mufasa.
Both times.
Yeah, just the way that he cared for not only the kingdom, and he also was like, I like how he said that even down to the tiniest ant, we're all part of this. You know, you got to treat everybody good, and you know his brother Scar, the exact opposite. And then another one, real quick, it's from a TV show that I've been watching that is really good. It's Clark Kent himself on that Lois and Clark show that's on the CW right now, and he's a good dad because he's got the same problems now because his sons have powers. So he's got, and they're teenagers. So he's got to try to be Superman and try to like keep his sons reined in because they're like teenagers and balancing all that. So that's why I picked him, and the actor is really good that plays him. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
What are some of your guys' favorite TV or movie dads? We love to hear it. Thoughts and comments. You know where to hit us up. Facebook, Into the Multiverse of Entertainment Podcast. Email us at intothemo@gmail.com or comment on us on either Amazon, Spotify. Also, comment us on YouTube. We're on there too. We'd love to hear you guys' thoughts and comments, man. Hey, Ricky, have you seen that one movie?
Which one, Mitch?
You know, the one about the guy that saved all the people that saved Hollywood?
What the hell are you watching?
Oh, yeah, I love this game. What the hell are you watching? The game where we just wonder, why are you describing a movie like that? Jesus, man. We got some good ones on the list here. The moral of the game is we take 3 movies and we give them horrible descriptions, and the other one has to figure out, what the hell are you watching? Ricky, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I could go first this time. I've got 3. Okay. 1991, 2006, and 1970.
Yeah. Let's go 1970.
Okay. I was really bummed out when I watched this movie. The main characters weren't like the ones that I just saw on TV a little bit ago.
Oh, is that MASH?
Yes. Ding, ding, ding. Yep. MASH.
Okay. All right. So we got 91 or 2006, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's do 2006.
Okay. Hey, me, you, and Chris Green should get together and make our own T-ball team so our sons have somewhere to play.
Okay, you, me, Chris Green, get together so our kids have somewhere to play. T-ball, right?
Well, it could be any softball, T-ball, just so they have their own team.
Is this the bench warmers?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow, that was a long shot. That was just... All right, and then we've got 1991. Let's go for it.
Okay. I told that Thomas J to stay away from the bees, but then he ended up in my father's funeral parlor.
Oh my God. Is that My Girl?
Yes.
Bees! Your firearms are useless. Oh, man. In the words of Jim Carrey.
Damn, I'm good! Can you feel that? Huh? Can you feel it, Captain Compost?
Okay. But, yep, that was My Girl. Good cast, nice. By the way.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, Dan Aykroyd. Yeah. All right, Ricky, here are your choices. You've got 1980, 1978, or 2019.
I'll go 1978.
A woman abandons all her standards to win back a horny teenager.
Is that The Graduate?
Oh!
No. Grease.
Oh. Yeah, yeah.
All right, we got 1980 or 2019.
2019.
All right, I know this kid's imaginary friend is more fucked than mine.
2019. Imaginary friend. God, this is gonna be hard. Is it
know.
Inside Out?
No, I was looking for Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's pretty fucked up.
yeah. He is.
All right, so 1980. Here we go.
All right.
A father reunites with a long-lost son, wanting him to take over the family business.
1980. It's probably something so freaking obvious. 1980. Oh, is it Return of the Jedi?
Oh no, I was
Or
looking
no.
for Empire Strikes Back.
Ah, God.
I got you good this time, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
I old for 3.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
And they're all
well,
easy. They're all
Yep.
easy. That's the problem. Oh.
I gotta love it. Of course, that's another fun round of the What the hell are you watching? Brought to you by, not sponsored, Starry.
Yay. We haven't mentioned you in a while, Starry, but you're in our thoughts and memories.
Join us now for our reviews of movies that are playing in theaters or streaming on a certain platform for your entertainment. All right, we got a good one this weekend, Ricky, with a movie with Transformers Rise of the Beast. Now, I haven't had a chance to see this, but you actually got a chance to go see this. Of course, this is the 7th installment to the Transformers live-action film series, serving kind of like as a standalone sequel to Bumblebee and a prequel to Transformers. Ricky, tell us about Transformers Rise of the Beast. What we got?
Yeah, so I was able to check out this movie. The cast is really good. We have Anthony Ramos as Noah, Lisa Kujou as Arcee, and that's one of the newer Transformers. Pete Davis as Mirage, another newer one, and you still got your Bumblebee and your Optimus Prime, and then also a new actress, Dominique Fishback. She plays Elena. So the basic plot of this one, Mitch, is there are these new Transformers that are Maximals, and they're protecting this key from this bad guy named Unicron, and he likes to eat planets, okay? So they're protecting this key. Well, somehow him and his cronies showed up on the planet where the Maximals were, and they tried to take it from them, but they weren't able to. They escaped, except for one. One of the Maximals sacrificed himself and said, I'll hold off his cronies and you guys escape. So they end up escaping. So fast forward to the year 1994, and our main character Noah is out there just trying to get a job. He's a ex-military tech, and he's struggling to find work and stuff. And so he gets a tip from one of his friends named Reek, and they go to steal a car at this museum, which at the same time at the same museum, one of our other main characters, Elena, is a intern archaeologist, and they brought in a new statue that looks like a falcon, but it's got some weird markings on it. So when everybody goes home and goes to this fundraiser, she's looking at the statue and stuff and kind of find out what it is, but she accidentally breaks it, and ta-da, the key. So that actually is like a beacon for Mirage and Optimus Prime and Bumblebee and Arcee. And so they head to the museum with Noah, because he's like, what kind of car is this? You know how it is in the Transformers when they're like,
Yeah.
What kind of car is this? And that's when wackiness ensues and the robot fighting ensues. I am at like a 3.5, guys. It's
Okay.
really good. Out of 5. It's really good. I don't mean this in a bad way, but I'm not too keen on the human stuff. It's fine. It's fine for what it is, but it's very minimal because it's mostly robots fighting robots and trying to get that MacGuffin, the key. And
which is what we want to see, right? Is we want robots fighting robots.
Yeah. And it actually takes you to a few different other places in the world too. So it's very good. Props. The whole cast is really good. Anthony Ramos and Dominique's character, they're both good new characters. The two new cars, Mirage and Motorcycle RC, are cool characters. And the Manimals too, because there's like a hawk, a cheetah, a gorilla. So they're all cool characters too. So, and it's good for the kids. I wish Caden he was here just a second ago, but he is not anymore. But they went to it, and I heard he enjoyed it too. So yeah, it was a really good movie. I would suggest taking your kids. Time-wise, it's about, with previews, it's only about 210, 220. It's not as long as the last few movies. There is a mid-credit scene that you ought to see. It kind of sets up something else. But overall, yeah, I enjoyed it, and go support it. I don't know how it's doing this week. It
actually had good at the box office. It barely beat out Spider-Man this weekend, earning $60 million for the number one spot, which is what they projected, between 50 to 60 million for opening weekend. And I've been seeing like critic scores too. Like, it looks like critics are about between 50 to 60%, which is, all right. But it's the audience scores. They're about at 90%. So
yeah. And one quick thing I would like to add, if you're a fan of the original first one, that's the kind of vibe I get with this one.
Nice.
And it has a little bit of 90s nostalgia. It's not,
because doesn't it take place like in 1994, right?
Correct. Yeah, you're right, Mitch. 1994, Brooklyn. Brooklyn area. So
it's got like a good like 90s soundtrack too.
Yes, actually, I thank you for asking that question. Yeah, the music is very, 90s heavy. I off the top of my head, I can't remember songs, but if you'd like to, I'm sure you can look it up on the internet on what the tracks are. But yeah, very 90s heavy soundtrack. So yeah, go check it out, guys. It's pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, I think it looks cool. I definitely have to check this out, especially when you got Peter Cullen coming back as Optimus Prime. And I'm looking at the voice cast too. It looks pretty amazing. Like, you have Ron Perlman as Optimus Primal. You have Peter Dinklage as Scourge, who I think is the villain, right?
Yes. Yep. That's one of the two villains.
And then you have Academy Award winning Michelle Yeoh as Airraiser.
Yep, she's one of the new ones. Manimals or Maximals, sorry.
Nice. So it sounds like you got a good cast here. Definitely have to check this out. So yeah, 3 out of 5. You said?
Yeah, 3.5.
Or 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 out of 5.
3.5 out of 5. Nice.
Yep.
We're coming to the end. See? Big ending.
Wait! Where are you going?
All right, man. Wow. Well, I hope you all like that review of Transformers. Hopefully it's a good one for you. Hopefully you guys thought it was great and good as we thought, or thought it was just horrible. I don't know. We'd love to hear what you guys' thoughts of the new Transformers movies. But in the meantime, I think we gotta head out though, right? It's getting a little. We got Optimus getting a little cranky over there. Just looking at him.
Yeah, we need to get him back home and get your arm fixed. Get your arm fixed.
And I keep hearing him going like, "We gotta roll out." Where the fuck are we rolling, Optimus? Where are we going? Where are we going to get some burritos? What? Where the fuck are we going?
We are going to the Story Plant.
Well, this Optimus Prime got picked up by Amazon, so now he's Optimus Amazon Prime or something.
Oh God.
Tweet drop tweet.
Speaking of dad jokes, Amazon Prime.
But no, we hope you guys have a good Father's Day, man. Call your dad, tell him you love him, tell him hey, what's up, and all that. Spend some time with him. I don't know. Do something. I don't know. It's your dad. Not my dad. I know what my dad likes. Rick knows what his dad likes. So fuck you what your dad likes.
Peace and quiet. That's what my dad likes.
Some goddamn peace and quiet.
Yep.
Just leave me alone. What is it? I love. Was it? This is a great line from a SpongeBob episode, and this is a line I like to use to everybody.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody. I'll remember you all in therapy.
Oh God. That's funny.
I know. Yeah. Have a good Father's Day with your dad. Enjoy some time, and if you're a dad and your kid buys you something shitty, hey, at least just give them acknowledgement that they at least cared and showed that they love you. Jeez.
Yeah.
So
it's another pair of socks.
Hey, man, I'll take socks any day. All right, let's get out of here, Ricky. Let's hop in Optimus and let's roll out. As always, safe travels.
And safe entertaining yourself.
Hey, you. Thanks for sticking through and listening into the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast. If you are a fan of this podcast and like what you heard, be sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcast from to be notified for new episodes. Please leave us feedback or suggestions for future episodes. And as always, safe travels and safe entertaining yourself.